Let's do a problem involving perimeter. If you remember, perimeter is the distance around something while area is the inside. So if you're going to put a fence around your yard, you need to know how much fence. That's going to be perimeter. So let's take a look at this problem and let's see what's important. The length of a rectangle is 6 inches more than its width. Well, I think that's very important. So the length is 6 inches more than its width. And the perimeter, well, it's a perimeter problem, so obviously the perimeter being 24 inches is very important. Okay, and they want you to find the dimensions. Well, what are dimensions? Dimensions are the measurements of the sides of a rectangle. So its length and its width. Whenever you see a problem about a rectangle, the first thing you're going to do to help yourself is you're going to draw a rectangle. And that is going to be such a big help. So what does the problem tell us? It tells us that the length is 6 inches more. So it's giving us the length as a relationship as it relates to the width. So what we're going to do is we're going to let W, our variable, be the width. And that width is in inches. So I'm going to put inches here. And now let's label our rectangle with W. And the length. Okay, so the length, how does that relate? And that's in inches. How does that relate to the width? Well, it says it's 6 more than its width. Well, 6 more than something means that I'm going to add 6 to the something. Well, what is the something? The something is the width, which we already said was W. So W is the width. W plus 6 is the length, so let me fill in W plus 6, and I'm putting it on opposite sides because we know that opposite sides of a rectangle measure the same. So here we go. Now there is a formula. Perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, but let's pretend that you don't remember that, because lots of us don't remember. Well, remember the situation with the fencing. The inside is my yard. The actual rectangle is how much fence I need. Well, in order to do that, I have to do what? I have to add all the sides. So let's do that. Let's do W plus 6. Okay. Plus another W plus another W plus 6. I put the parentheses just because that's kind of separating out what the length is. We're going to get rid of them now because all this is doing is adding, and we can add in any order. And we know that that perimeter has to equal, go back here, 24 inches. Okay, and sometimes I'll write up here, P equals 24 inches. Okay. Now we have our equation. Now what do we have to do? First thing we have to do, see if there's any distributive property, but there isn't. So I'm going to take a separate step just to get rid of the parentheses because they're a little distracting. So you'll notice I did not change anything but remove the parentheses, and that has to equal 24. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to combine like terms. So what are my like terms? I have a W and another W. Always include the sign in front of the term. So plus another W plus another W. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 W. Okay, plus, let's see what we got here. Okay, plus 6 and plus another 6. Well, 6 plus 6 when I went to school was 12. So 12. And that still equals 24. We've done nothing but combine like terms. Okay, so now we're going to use Gemma backwards. Okay, so this is addition or subtraction. This is multiplication or division. Any addition or subtraction? Yes. Here's plus 12, so I want to subtract 12. And to keep the equation balanced, I need to subtract 12 from the other side. Okay, plus 12 minus 12 cancels out, and I'm left with 4w equals 24 minus 12, which is 12. Okay, addition and subtraction. Any multiplication or division? Yeah, there's multiplication, and so I have to undo by dividing by the coefficient. Okay, because 4 over 4 is equal to 1, and that cancels out. So w equals 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay, there's nothing else here. So now I have w equals 3, but I've done so much work I don't remember what that even means in the problem. So let me go back to where I define my variables. It says w equals the width, so I'm going to say the width is 3 inches. Okay, now I have to find the length. Well, what do I know about the length? It says the length is w plus 6. So, w plus 6. Well, I know that w is 3. So 3 plus 6 is 9. And so the length is 9 inches. Okay, how do I check this? Let me check this. Okay, I know the perimeter has to be 24, right? So I'm going to substitute my new dimensions. This is 3, this is 3, this is 9, this is 9. So I want to add 9 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3. And this is 18, and this is 6, and 18 plus 6 is 24, and so that's how you check your work.